Aft coming live from Scottsdale, Arizona. I just got back from a trip to Cleveland, Ohio, where I shared some Pilates on a vibration platform. But today we're doing the ultimate chest and back workout with lots of Lifepro equipment. So welcome everybody. Again, Roseann Live Fit's the name of my company, and I've been working with Lifepro for about 2 years now, maybe over 2.5 years. Just great products coming from Lifepro every day. And today, I thought I'd share with you some of my favorite exercises to do with lots of different equipment. We're talking about chest and back exercises. So today I'll be using the Rumblex Pro 4D. I'm using the Horizon Balance Trainer. I've got the Power Flow dumbbells and the VeloCycle. Please let me know where you are tuning in from and what products you have already, what you want to get. This room I have, my virtual training room, is 12 by 15 maybe, 10 by. So I've got a lot of equipment in here, and granted, I'm trying to put it all on the screen, but this is a thing like complete gym right here. Between aerobic activity that I can do, vibration therapy, some stability and stability on with the Horizon, and then of course weight training, plus band training. I mean, complete gym. And if you're familiar with Lifepro products, you know they're not only are they affordable, but the quality of the products, the customer service of the company is impeccable, and the community of our Facebook and our social media, our VIP group. Like, it's just a great community between Amber and Debbie and I and some other people, just helping you guys to find exercises and ways that you can move your body. I always say that Lifepro has helped me to uncover solutions to rediscover how your body was designed to move. So let's jump in today. I'm going to kind of flop around. So this is a workout It is a workout, but it's also a training period. And, I've been a fitness trainer for 24 years now. And here's the deal with all my clients. I can take them through a complete workout, but I am a trainer. My job is to train you so that you can do this stuff on your own. And I'm going to go through a series of exercises that you can put together depending on what piece of equipment you have, that will help you reach your goals. So depending on the angles that we move, where our arms are up or down or in neutral, depending on the grip, underhand, neutral, overhand grip, those all matter in how you're using your back and chest muscles. Now, I could go deep into the anatomy of all this, telling you all the muscles that are in your back and all the muscles that help with the pushing. But that's that could be for another time. I want to get right into the exercises. So a couple things before I start. I've got the Velo set up for my body, my height, hip height. I've got the Rumblex Pro plugged in, and what I've done, and if you don't have the Rumblex Pro, but you have another one of vibration platforms, I believe in. Someone tell me if I'm wrong, because I believe that almost all of them come with the resistance bands that you can attach. Now, the beauty of Rumblex is we also have these bands, other bands, resistance bands that have handles that clip on, that have a canvas coating, canvas sleeve, that are quite heavy in resistance. And I like these for what I'm going to do. I'm going to be working a variety of different ways of doing rows. Rows, just for you to, generally speaking, when we row, like with the Velo, like with weights, like with bands, when we're rowing, we're working all our back muscles. And when we're doing planks, we're doing resistance work, or we're doing dumbbell work, when we're pushing, it's all the chest muscles. So serratus anterior and all your pec major, minor, and of course some of the muscles in the arm. So there's There are some muscles that are stabilizers and some that are movers. Okay. I want to warm you up first. And I think the way I want to do this, I'm going to show a couple different ways. The first one is going to be using the Horizon Balance Trainer. So some of these exercises you can do because you have it, some that you can't do, and I'll try to give you some other options. But come on down on the floor if you got the Horizon Balance Ball Trainer, and all we're going to do is warm up our spine. So I'm sitting here in front of the balance trainer, and I'm going to put my hands behind my head. I'm just going to take a big stretch. I'm going to go into an extension move for my spine. I'm opening up the chest. I'm opening up my chest muscles, and then I'm going to, it's also abdominal core work. I'm going to go ahead and come up, and I'm actually going to flex my spine. So I'm going to roll down. I can add arms here to take a breath in, and then bend my elbows. Head comes up, and I reach toward my toes. And I'm simply rolling down, inhaling to open up, bend the elbows, open up the chest, the head lifts, tuck the chin, and you reach. And we'll do 2 or 3 more of those. If lifting the head is too uncomfortable for you, take one hand and alternate it. So I'll take one hand, then I'll reach both arms up. I'll take my other hand to support my head as I bring that arm around. And that way you're not going to strain your neck, okay? So that's one way that you can warm up your spine, your back muscles. There's a ton. I mean, there's just so many muscles that support our spine. And as I said, I don't want to go into detail about it, but I do want you to warm up your spine. Now, for those of you that don't have the balance trainer, get on your vibration platform. And I'm going to go and I'm going to put it on. I'm going to go right into a program. I think I'm going to go into the P3 program for right now. And I'm going to start with my feet in line with my knees, my hips, knees bent slightly. And we'll nod the chin to the chest, and we're going to roll down. Just simply roll the spine down, shake the head. I'm getting a nice stretch in the lower back. I'm letting my shoulders release. Knees are bent, and I got the pulsation right now at about 50. It's giving a nice energy up my legs. I'm going to roll back up. Once my head comes up, I'm going to reach up, and then I'm going to come back down. I'm going to nod the chin. I'm going to roll down. Now I'm in some lateral shifting here. And then roll back up. You don't have to add the arm movement. You can roll the shoulders back. We'll do that 2 more times. Take an inhale. Nod the chin, bend the knees, and roll the spine down. Articulation. Get some space between the ribs, the vertebra, and roll it up. And 1 more time. Big breath in. Arms are optional. And roll down. Once I roll myself back up here, I'm going to take the hands behind my back and just extend my chest, open my chest up, extend my spine. I can also, and I'll show from behind, interlace my hands and open up my chest and get a nice big stretch across the chest. And then release. So that's just a little warm up. I want to do an active warm up. I'm not just going to stretch cold muscles. I want it to be very active. So we're going to go into some chest work or some back work. I have this is my opinion as a trainer. This is my suggestion to my clients. I think for every pushing exercise, you need to do 2 pull exercises, okay? That's my theory because I believe we live in a world that we're so forward all the time already. We have tight muscles that we need to open up the chest and have a strong back, and I'm all about posture. So that's super important. So let's go ahead and first work with the vibration platform, and I'm going to take my bands. Now, if you do not have these shorter bands with the sleeves on it, then you can take your other bands, the resistance bands, and you can choke up on this. You can wrap them around your hands, but I want to be in a bent knee position, okay? So I'm going to do it with both. Bent knee position, I'm going to pull back. Now, important things to look at. I'm not letting my head drop. My spine is long, and I'm going to do it in a narrow row. My palms are facing my hips. My belly's pulled in. So this is a both arm narrow row, okay? You'll want to do about 8 to 10 reps of that, and I'm not going to count a lot of reps. I want you to do the counting because I've got a lot of talking to do. So you want to feel the shoulder blades draw back and down. And then after you've done your set, you're going to stand up, and we're going to what's called a deadlift. Okay, knees bent, and I'm gonna use my glutes, I'm gonna stand up. Okay, so it is a glute exercise, heck yeah, but with deadlifts, especially when we're adding weight to them, and resistance work, don't discount resistance work to strengthen your muscles. This is all the posture muscles, flat back, and I want to show you from the side. I'm going to look at my angle here. I'm here, right? Flat back, belly, and I'm coming up. So there's no roundness in my back. There's no curve. I want to get those shoulders back. And I'm using these back muscles to lift, okay? So that's my back, my deadlifts. Hey, Mary Beth, thanks for joining me here. Let me know what equipment that you're going to be working on for these exercises. So I did a narrow row, right? And a deadlift. You can combine those. Now I'm going to change my hand grip, and I'm going to go with my lighter, my handle bands, and we're going to go to a wide row. Now you have options here, and I love options. I'm going to keep one foot on my platform, knees bent, and I'm going to go out wide here, and I'm actually working my rhomboids. Those are the muscles between my shoulder blades and my shoulders as well. So that's one option. I can go ahead and do this with two legs on the platform. A little stronger, you need a little stronger back muscles to support your spine. You can also do the same exercise, this row, with one arm, okay? And you might even want to try some balance with this. So I'm throwing a lot your way here. Pulling, straightening, and pulling. Again, I'm going to say it maybe another 10 or 20 times in this live. It is all about head placement. If your head is forward, you're going to strain your back muscles. You want awesome posture. So we did a narrow row, we did a wide row, and we're going to do an underhand grip. So remember I talked about changing the angles. Okay? I'm going to go into and I'm going to choke up on this more. I need more resistance. Okay, I'm really choking up, and I'm going to keep my knees bent. I'm going to pull back, and I'm opening up my chest. So guys, thumbs are pointing out, pinky fingers in, and I can feel all the muscles of my back in those 3 different rows. Narrow or neutral, wide or underhand grip. You can do that single arm, double arm, both feet on the platform, 1 foot on the platform with balance. You mix it up, okay? Now, as I said, my rule of thumb, for every chest exercise, I do two different row exercises. Let's go into planks. It's probably one of my most favorite exercises to do for chest. It's pushing. If you're new to planks, you're only a beginner once. That's how I look at it. Alignment of the hands is critical. Shoulders over the big knuckles, not behind. And I want your fingers spread wide. I'm on my knees, and let me change my angle of my rumblux so you can see my form here, because I want to show optimum form. Okay, hips are my neutral spine, so when I come down here, I'm going to kneel. I'm going to take myself back, so I have a long back. So my push-up is going to be elbows bent out to the side. So I'm going to go a little wider in my plank push-up. Okay, there's my plank. I'm going to bend my elbows, and there's my push-up. Breathe in and out. You're pulling the abs away from the platform, okay? So you're not in your neck here. I'm bending, and I'm pushing my belly away. And that's it. You can see that, isn't that kind of crazy? The sun is going through my blinds, and it looks like I have stripes down my arms. So kind of work with me on that. Okay, now a plain old plank, we can stay here, and this is a pushy move. From your knees to your toes while your platform is vibrating. And you're specifically working those pushing muscles. Yeah, there's triceps involved. There's shoulders involved, but we're working on the push away from the plank. So now that I've done a set of push-ups, and again, I like to think, I'm not that person that says 10 to 15 reps. I'm like 8 to 10 quality moves. That's my Pilates brain telling you this, that it's quality, not quantity. We can talk about building strength when we go to weights, but I'm talking about building strong joints. So I'm going to go from my chest presses back to my rows, and I'm going to go to my lighter bands here. Okay, so I've taken the band off. I'm going to go out wide. I'm going to just go into rhomboids with my back. From the front, it looks like this. I'm using rear deltoids, right? But it's right between my shoulder blades, and I hope you can see this. I'm using these muscles, contracting these muscles to take my arms apart. So this is a reverse fly, okay? Rear deltoid fly, and it's all about my back muscles opening up my chest. So what I'm doing is I'm actually opening up my chest at the same time working my back muscles. Okay, so I've showed you rows and deadlifts and planks, and also the rear delts. One more thing, and I'll show this on perhaps the horizon. You can take one of your resistance bands, and you can actually do chest presses with this band. So I'm standing on my platform, my elbows are at my side, I'm pushing away, pressing away. I'm using the resistance in both directions. The push, there's resistance, and I'm returning with resistance. And I'm going right under the armpits. These are where all your serratus muscles are. These are the pushing muscles, okay, the push-up muscles, if you will. So we can use this, and you can see my hands. I'm not white knuckling this. I'm pressing out. If you need to hold on with a grip, I always say get those trigger fingers and try not to lock those babies up, okay? We want to just feel like it's coming from the heel of the hands. Now, if you like this press here, you can always open up and go into a chest flies. Now, I'll show you what this looks like with weights, but it's the same kind of feeling. I exhale and inhale. Now, when I open up from the side, I'm not going back too far. I'm just going to keep my hands in my peripheral vision and round it. I call this hugging a tree or hugging a barrel. Okay, so there's my chest flies, my chest presses on my platform. My platform shut off, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to the horizon. Actually, let's go to the velo. Here's a suggestion for you, okay? I'm not giving you a full routine, but here's a suggestion. Go ahead and do a pull, a press, a pull, and then get on one of your aerobic pieces, whether it's your Swift treadmill or if you have any of your any of the life cycles, or get on your velo. Okay, I'm going to get on here, and we're going to do just about 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. I'm going to set it up so I get my timer in place. Okay, looking at my time here. I'm going to start with about a 4 in resistance, okay? And same thing. We're going to do the same thing we did with the bands. We're going to grab on, and we're going to go narrow, pull, and push. So this is both moves, guys. I'm pulling in, and I'm pushing away. I'm going to exaggerate my hands here. See my hands? I push away, and then I'm going to grab and pull, okay? This, I got to tell you guys, got my heart rate up more than anything that I've been doing. And, I do a lot of different aerobic activities. You add your legs and the pushing and pulling of this, it's incredible. So I'll do one set like that, push and pull. Okay, and then we can also just add the pull, little quick pulses. I'm thinking about not my hands doing the work, but my back muscles. And contracting those muscles between the shoulder blades. Now, go ahead and release, and let's just shake it out. We're going to do one more set. Now, I did narrow, okay? You can go underhand grip, as I demonstrated earlier, or we're going to put hands on top, and we're going to go wider. So this is, again, targeting a little more of the traps. I don't want to be in the neck. I want to be more in the rhomboids. So let's go. Ready? Take a breath. Pull wide. My elbows are slightly below my shoulders. So I pull and I push. Pull and push. Emphasize both. You can do a count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Inhale. or inhale and exhale. I don't care which way you do. I just want you to breathe. Get oxygen going through those muscles. Okay, so if you like this, you can work on the pull, little pulses, using those back muscles. I barely am gripping it. You can see the handles are between the heel of my hand and my knuckles. So I'm not white knuckling this. I want the work to come from my back, not my hands. 4, 3, my heart rate's coming up a lot. 2, and 1. Yeah, so that was 2 minutes. So that's a nice way to do a little HIIT interval. And then release. I'm going to come up to my screen to see. Oh, Mary Beth, that is so awesome that you have been walking without a cane. Wow, that is so fabulous. You know, really, Lifepro products are changing people's lives, and that's a great testimony that you can get stronger every day just by doing a little bit of work. You don't have to work out for hours at the gym, especially on the vibration platform, you know, because the activity that the muscles get is exponential compared to just typical weight training. So speaking of weight training, let's go on to the horizon right now. I'm going to add 2 things here. I'm going to do horizon balance trainer, and I'm going to add my weights. So I'm going to scoot some things out of the way just to clear things a bit. And I'm going to bring up my trainer. I'm going to bring my camera down a bit so you can see me. There. Okay, so with weights, I'm going to demonstrate a pullover. You know, I don't do these nearly as much as I used to. I kind of get in my rut. So as I was thinking about what to show you guys, pullovers I really like. A pullover, you keep your elbows bent, okay, the whole time. If you go out wider, it's different than narrow, because I told you it's all about changing your angles. But what you're going to do is you're going to pull the weight over your head. You're working your lats, or you're going to pull it back. So this is a great back exercise. Lats start under your armpits, and the lats are the big, broad muscles that come all the way down through your spine, almost right to your tailbone area, right to the pelvis, okay? So with the pullover, you only need 1 weight, and I'm going to probably do, I think, because you can mix it up so much, I think I'll do 20 pounds here. I'll see how that feels. Oops. Lock in place. There we go, 20 pounds. Now, this is assuming that you're able to get on the floor, okay? If you're not, I'm going to show you some things standing, but let me just show you the pullovers. You certainly can do these on the vibration platform. You just need to pad yourself up for your back so it doesn't hurt your back, okay? And I'm holding my grip like this, okay? And what I'll do is I'll make sure my head is supported, my shoulders are supported. I'm lifting my hips, so I'm getting a little glute action too, okay? I'm going to have my hands one over the other. My elbows are bent, okay? So I'm going to let that weight come over my shoulders, and then I pull over. Inhale as you take it back, overhead. Now see, I keep my elbows bent, and then I pull. So we've got chest muscles working. We've got the latissimus dorsi, the lats working. There's a little tricep work going on in here too. But these are strong. I feel a lot of my core, my upper abdominals working to brace me here. And we get a big pull over. Neck is long, gaze is over the chest. Now, if you go a little wider, like I said, it's going to be a different experience. You're going to feel some different muscles. Actually, it's a little bit harder, a little more challenging to go wide. But I never straighten my arms out. It's from the shoulder joint that all the movement takes place. And again, if you keep your hips lifted, as you pull over, lift your hips, get a little more glute action here. And I'm going to do 2 more of these, guys. Breathe in, and then pull over, and 1 more. And I have 20 pounds here right now, and then bring yourself down and up. And wow, I can feel that. That was great. Pull over. As I said, I don't know why I stopped doing those. Let's see. You've got a balance trainer. Yeah, the balance trainer, I'm going to show you standing on 1 leg and 1 leg on the floor. So you get a little instability. You don't have to have both legs on especially if you're new to the balance trainer, we're gonna go, I think I'll go with about, 15 pounds for this one. Actually, I take that back. I'm gonna go about 13 pounds. Now, err on the side of caution here, guys, meaning go lighter, get your technique down, and then you can always increase your weight. But what I like to do is I'm going to show you a bent over row. Now, I'm using my other arm to support my spine, and I'm going to pull up to my hip and down. My grip is called neutral. That's my palm facing. And now if I can add a little instability by just keeping my hand light on my thigh, now I'm really working my leg on the balance trainer while I'm pulling my elbow back, wrapping my shoulder blade back on my ribs. So a lot of my back muscles are working here. My abs are working, and my quad and my glute are working. And as I said, 8 to 10 reps is what I'm looking at for most of this stuff. I'm not as tiny as you think, but I do have a lot of muscle. It's never too late, okay, Mary Beth? I'm gonna talk to someone about Medicare next week. Oh, is that so weird to even think about that? Yeah, 65 in a few months. Okay, now we're gonna go to a wide row. Okay, so from the side it's wide. I'm gonna go lighter. You know, I know that because when the weights are close to the body, you can go heavier. So I'm going to go probably 9 pounds. And again, start with like 4 to see how that works. And I'm going to show you from this angle first. Okay, I'm going to go to that wide row. And I'm going to show you from this angle. I'm not in my neck. I'm pulling my elbow wide, but it's all my back muscles that are doing the work right here. Okay. So I'm using my balance trainer just for a little instability. Now, here's the difference when you're comfortable with this. I'm going to go 9 pounds on this side, guy. Okay. I'm going to stand on here. Okay, I know I'm cut off a little bit. Knees bent. Here's my narrow row. Okay, now I know narrow grip, I can go heavier, but I'm going to stick with my 9s because I'm going to go into the wide like that. Wow, Mary Beth, nice. You're rocking it, girl. You know, every day that we're on this side of the grass is an opportunity to be better, right? Just 10% more effort on something. You don't have to go 120%. Just give it 10% more. Okay, there's my wide. And then last but not least, here's my underhand grip. Okay, I'm going to pull my elbows in. Pull in. And I'm really broadening across the chest here. You can see I'm opening up my chest to shoulders, pulling. There's that underhand row. Last but not least, deadlifts. Careful here on this, guys. Okay, find your balance. You're going to hinge from the hips. You're going to use your glutes, back's flat, and you stand up. Okay, bend from the hips and the knees and come up. One more time. I'm not going to do a lot of these because I was doing the rows. Pull the belly in, super important. Make sure the head's not dropping. Okay. Putting one weight down. So did you know that if you would just take one weight, and I'm going to move this balance trainer out of the way for a moment and put it on here. You just take one weight and you can do a couple different things with it. And I think I'll stick with that 9 pounds. If you just walk around with one weight in one hand, walk about 30, 40 yards in one direction, and then change other hand 30 or 40 back direction. Just that little bit of weight will help to improve your posture muscles because it's going to force you to kick into the other side because the weight's pulling you over, right? So that's a great posture exercise. Back is working. Now you change it up by changing the angle. I'm going to take that same weight So that was called suitcase grip, okay? You can do the rack, okay, where you're holding right in front of your shoulders, and you can actually with one hand, I take that back, one hand, okay? So you just kind of hold it in front of you. Now what that's doing, it's wanting to force me forward, but my back muscles have to work to support this weight. Okay, so one weight right in front. I wouldn't go this far out. I keep it close to your body because again, it's going to want to tip you over, but these back muscles have to counterbalance you. So that's the other option. Third option is, and I'm going to move my camera up because I'm going to get cut out on this, is to take this weight overhead. Now, not full overhead because a lot of people get their neck on this. If you're not sure about where your head is, you take your hands behind your head so you can make sure that the head's not leaning forward. And I would say again, walk 30 yards. Hey, maybe walk 10 feet, 10 steps forward, switch, and then 10 steps the other way. Now that's not only going to work your shoulders, but it's going to work your posture muscles. So I would suggest, if you're starting to work with balance and you're not walking with the cane like you are right now, Mary Beth, start like with just taking your weight at the side and just walking there, just walking. And if you need your cane, that's fine to have, just kind of, you can hold it and just walk and just feel how it wants to take you over. Super great way to work all your oblique muscles for stability. Okay, what else do I want to tell you about? I showed you chest presses. No, I showed you pull-ups. Let's talk about plain old chest presses. Okay? But first, just one more set of the Velo. Okay? And I'm going to add the gallop to this. I'm going to throw a little legs in here. Be sure you catch my other lives. I'm going to be doing a leg workout. Is it next week, I think, or is it shoulders? But there's going to be a leg workout with some different products. Okay, just 2 minutes, guys. Okay? Crank up the volume, meaning crank up the resistance a bit here. So I'm at about 6, okay? I'm going to go into my underhand grip. I'm going to pull and then push. Now, when I get that underhand grip, I'm going to push my back and see my legs straighten out. So I'm going to pull myself up and back. This is just all pulling and back. Change your grip. Try pulling. I'm standing up and pushing. Focusing on the pull. Hands here and pull. So you can do one hands high, one hands medium, one hands low. And then go back to medium, standing up, and then hands high. And back to medium, and low. All right, so that's an option here. And then you can stay seated, okay? While you're seated, and I should have grabbed this, keep a resistance band handy because while you're seated and you're maybe bringing your heart rate down, you can always go ahead and do your flies, your chest flies. Okay, I put this behind my back. If it bothers your arms, maybe go under your armpits, okay? Under your armpits and chest flies. Using your pecs like you're hugging a tree, or chest presses like you're doing a push-up without weight bearing in your wrists until you get your wrists stronger and more flexible. And then you can go right into another set of your Velo pulls with jumps. Okay, let's finish out with traditional chest presses. And I'm going to go back onto the balance trainer on that. So again, it means you're going to get down to the floor. Let me bring you guys down. Well, I'll tell you what, I can really feel my back muscles with this workout. I was out of town, like I said, and I went to the gym and did traditional weight training, like traditional, with machines. But this kind of stuff, it's a little different. It really engages a lot more muscles, a lot more core too. Okay, chest presses. Believe it or not, I'm pretty strong when it comes to that. So I'm going to do 20-pound chest presses. Rule of thumb, start light, build it up. Depends where you are in your stage of life. think right now it's important just to stay strong, not building muscle, but keep the muscle you have and keep the joints health. So yeah, weight training is going to give you a little bit more muscle development, but that's why I love resistance bands. Most of my clients start with resistance bands before they even hold a weight in their hand. Sometimes they get aggravated with me. They're like, I want to lift weights. I'm like, your shoulders aren't ready or your joints aren't ready. And they thank me later on for it because they don't get hurt. Okay, so we're going to take those weights. We're going to push them up. I'm going to get my position here, hips up. Weights are together. I'm going to bring them down and I'm going to press up. Okay, yeah, I'm working triceps here, but it's like doing a reverse plank. I'm in my plank position and I bring it down. I can modify palms facing the knees. I go out wide and press. Bring the palms facing each other. Come on down and push. Palms face away. I'm rotating at the shoulder joint and press. Turn in, lower and push. Turn out. Just changing my wrist position changes a lot of dynamics in the move. Breathe in as the weight comes down. Exhale, push it up right from your core. One more each way. And down and down. So once you're done with that, stretch out. Oh, that feels awesome to do. Let everything just open up. We work chest. And come on up. So the last thing I want to show you is a plank on the boat, on the horizon. Let me move some weights out of the way. It's like a little playground here. Putting the hands around the dome is one option. But what I like about flipping the balance trainer onto the dome, I've got a little more instability. Plus, I can put my thumbs in the little grooves here. Okay, the heel of the hands and my arms are out wider. Okay. Now, once again, I don't want you to come into your neck and shoulders. I want you to bring your knees back so your hips are toward the balance trainer. You're going to bend the elbows and push away. Inhale, bend. Exhale, push away. So that's your option. I just caught myself with my head dropping. You want to push, separate your shoulder blades. You can add on. You can come onto your toes and bend and push. Breathe in and push. I'm going to do one more. Breathe in and push away. And then you can just kind of change it around and work your core a little bit. Just balance side to side using those pushing muscles. And alternating side to side. And front to back and around you go. Have some fun with it. So before we did a little bit of warm up, we rolled the spine. When you get done with your exercise, it's just as important to stretch out. And an easy stretch for your chest is put your hands behind your head. And I want you to really squeeze those shoulder blades together. Okay? This is really contracting all those back muscles. And then you're going to bend to one side, stretch the lats. You can do this standing. You can do this seated in your chair. Okay, use your breath for this. Really pulling my elbows back so you can see how I've got some extension in here as I'm bending. Okay. And after I've done that, then I'm going to tuck the chin and stretch my neck. And I'm going to come down a little further, pull the belly in, let the lower back stretch, and then restack my spine, and then open up. And then pull in, pull the belly in, and up, and stretch, and back, and open. Oh, that feels awesome. One more time. Exhale. And then restack, using the core, using the glutes, and restack. So guys, that was just some ideas so that you can find that ultimate chest and back workout that works for you based on the equipment that you have. Whether it's the dumbbells, it's the Horizon balance trainer, your Velo, your Rumblex, any of your platforms that come with resistance bands, there's plenty to do. Couple rules. Posture is critical. Okay, make sure that you've got great alignment. Breath, critical. You want to inhale and exhale through movements. Challenging weight, but not too challenging. If you're new to weight training, start with resistance bands. Start with lightweight, add on. When it comes to reps, my recommendation is 8 to 10, maybe 2 to 3 sets, maybe 1 set to start, build up 2 to 3 sets. And my last rule is for every push, there's 2 pull exercises. So you might want to do a pull exercise, a push exercise, and a pull exercise because we want to get the back stronger. I feel as active aging adults that it is all about keeping your spine strong. And with what we do with our life, between all our forward movements that are back, that's probably, I get a lot of different projects with clients, shoulders, hips, knees, and all that, but your spine is everything to have that good alignment, good core strength. So having said that, it's been about 40 minutes and I don't like to go too long on this. If you have any questions, private message me, okay? Put it in the chat, put it in the VIP group. I am here to help you guys to uncover solutions and rediscover how your body was meant to move with all our products from Lifepro. Thank you so much, and catch me on Friday. I got a Pilates workout. It is a workout. I've got a Pilates workout, and what am I using? I think the balance trainer. I don't know. Catch me and you'll see. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.